Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Timothy, and on the channel we speak everything personal finance. And if you're in your 20s, you're gonna definitely want to listen in, because in today's video, I'm gonna give you 5 things that you need to be investing in your 20s or 30s. In your 20s and 30s is the best time to really build that financial base. So we need to start investing into these 5 things immediately. So let's stop waiting and let's jump right in with the first one being invest into stocks and ETFs. This is for long-term wealth building, and the sooner you start, the better, and your contributions end up growing on top of each other because compound interest. Now, I invest in the big stocks. I invest in the big companies. One of my main stocks is Tesla. I invest in Nvidia. I invest in Amazon. I invest in all the companies that you heard of. Now, stocks can be kind of risky, so that's why I'm heavy into the S&P 500. If you don't know what the S&P 500 is, it's a collection of the top 500 companies in the US. When it comes to actually being able to invest to S&P 500, I invest into funds that actually follow the S&P 500. Now, majority of my money is invested into an ETF called VOO, and then I have more money invested into a mutual fund called FXAIX, which is only traded on Fidelity's platform. Now, you cannot really go wrong with investing into mutual funds or these ETFs that track the S&P 500 because the companies that they represent are the top companies. So let's say the stocks that I buy is Meta or Amazon or Tesla. The S&P 500 actually has those stocks within them. So it's really not a bad choice even if you invest all your money into VOO or FXAIX, because it has the collection of all the stocks that we love. Now, when you're investing into the stock market, don't time the market, just dollar cost average it. Buy every day, buy every other day, buy every week, buy once a month. Put something into VOO and I promise your account will grow. Seriously, if you're in your 20s or your 30s and you're not investing now, you're going to be playing catch up once you reach your mid 30s or your 40s, and you're going to really wish that you would have invested back when you were younger instead of going to buy that nice car, instead of going to buy that house that you probably didn't need. So invest into the stocks and the ETFs, and I promise you will not regret it. The second thing that you need to invest in your 20s and 30s is real estate. Now, real estate is definitely it's a tough topic because it's not easy and it costs a lot of money. But if you're able to actually acquire some kind of real estate, whether it's your primary home or investment property, then do that, because it will help boost your net worth. And overall, it can help with your financial situations because it does give you a somewhat steady place to live, a somewhat steady payment. But we all know that that's not really true, especially when it comes to real estate, because taxes and insurance goes up. Now, the good thing with real estate is that at least the money you're paying goes towards your mortgage, which goes down, and hopefully your property goes up, and you get that good equity in the middle that helps build your net worth, but also help in situations when you want to move and get a better house, or if you want to sell and realize your profits, realize your gains. But that's not really what real estate's about. Real estate is really a long-term play, especially when it comes to an investment property. For example, we bought our investment property about 2 years ago. It is a long-term asset. It is something that we're not going to get rich off of 2 years, or, we might not even get rich off of it at all, but it's just a place that we can park our money. It's the same like investing into stocks, investing into the ETFs, but it's definitely a lot more risky and it's a lot more costly. And if you're able to get a rental property and build some passive income, then do that. But again, it's not as easy as it sounds. And passive income sounds like a great word, but it's far from passive because there's so many things you have to do as an owner. Even if you have a rental property company managing your property, you're still gonna have to make decisions on certain things that the rental property company comes to you with. And passive income is not always a lot of money. It could be $100, $200 a month. But when you start stacking these properties up, this passive income begins to build. And that's where the real investing begins. And one of the best things about real estate is that you don't need to buy the property in full. You can use leverage by getting a loan from a bank. So you finance $80,000, you put 20 down, then you pay down that loan, and the equity hopefully builds. Especially if you're investing into real estate, be sure to run your numbers so you know you're not buying a bad deal. And if you guys have any questions about real estate or just any questions about finances in general, reach out to me. I'll put my email right here, and it's also in the description of this video. And the third thing that you need to invest in is yourself. Like, this is really one of the most important things to invest in. You are the most important thing that you can invest in. Invest time and money into yourself. Invest into your education so you can learn these finances. Invest into your education so you can learn that high income skill. Invest into yourself, invest into your health. Go to the gym, go for walks, go for a run. Your body is a temple and you need to take care of it. If you don't take care of your body, then you won't be able to even accomplish a lot of the investing goals that you actually have. But invest into yourself. Find a mentor, find a group of friends, find a group of people that are like-minded and are where you want to be or want to be where you want to be. And you guys can grow together. So invest into yourself, invest into your education, and I promise that you will not regret it. And the fourth thing you need to invest in is a side business. Start a side business. What are you passionate about? Search on Google some side businesses that you can start and search for side businesses that you can start that don't cost a lot of money, because we don't want to just be throwing money into some business or some get rich quick scheme. You want to definitely think about the kind of businesses that you want to do. Hopefully YouTube becomes my side business, but so every day I'm always thinking of some kind of business that I can do, but I just want to be sure that I'm not throwing all my money into a business and not putting money into the markets. Before you start these businesses, you really need to look at yourself and see what kind of person you are, because once you put all this money into it, you're gonna have to follow through, and you don't want to just quit halfway through, but then you already put $3,000 or $4,000 or even $5,000 plus dollars into a business that you didn't even finish. So be sure that when you do start a business, you know what you want to do and you know that you won't quit on yourself. But you better believe that a lot of your businesses are going to fail, but don't quit, because even if your first business fails, it still gives you experience so you can go start that new one. And some easy businesses that you can start that are very low costing is lawn care, or you can create a digital product, or you can do social media. Social media is a huge upside, especially nowadays. So find something you're passionate about and make it a business. And the fifth thing that you need to invest in, this is something that I definitely need to invest in, and I wish I would have invested into this when I was in college, is a high income skill. Me personally, I wish I would have took computer science, because that is a high income skill. And if you know what you're doing when it comes to tech, you're going to get paid accordingly, and they get paid very, very well. But there's many high income skills like sales and marketing, coding and tech skills, or public speaking, communication. When you're able to speak to people, when you're able to speak to large groups, I feel like you just become a more valuable person, especially if you have something good to say, especially if you have something positive to say as well. And then investing in finance. When you understand your finances, you understand how the stock market works, when you understand how real estate works. So invest in yourself and learn some new skills. And those are your 5 best investments that you should make in your 20s. Now, let me know in the comment section which one you're focused on right now. And if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.